4:49 in the morning here in West Africa, and I am happy to start doing this law of the day. Um, it's something that we should try to look at the Word of Yah once a day and once at night, at least. It's always good to meditate um, because there are very good understanding that comes from looking at the Word of the Most High. Very, very good understanding. The reason why it seems like um, the reason why it seems like there is no power or good thing in the Word of the Most High is because we are not doing what we're supposed to do in order to benefit from His Word. You can never be able to benefit from the Word of the Most High if without obedience. Without obedience. Um, in the book of Samuel, they told Saul from the Most High, Saul was told that obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is better than sacrifice. We have been conditioned to sacrifice to the Most High in order to get something from Him. That's how we've been programmed by religion. Man created religion. Catholic is a religion. Christianity is a religion. So man have come up with religion. The Most High did not invent religion, but man have created religion. And why has the Most High allowed men to create religion? Because the Most High gave us choice. We have choice to choose and to decide what we want to do. So He gave us choice. So man have chosen to create religion. But those who are wise will stick to the Word of the Most High. And when it comes to the things of the Most High, it is not sacrifice that He wants from us, but rather obedience. And then through that obedience, we will now get the fullness of the Most High, obedience to His Word. Because our Creator is very direct. Our Creator is very clear. And He's only going to deal with us when we are obedient. Just like a good parent. You're not going to tolerate a nuisance in your home. A child who is a nuisance. A child who is disgraceful. A child that would not listen to you. A child that do all kinds of evil. You will never tolerate that. So why do we expect the Most High to tolerate us when we are not doing the right thing? So the good things from the Most High, and just like He says in the book of Joshua, which is the reason why we do the law of the day. Joshua chapter 1 from verse 7. The good things from the Most High comes when we are obedient. And when I say good things, I'm not really talking mostly about material. No. I'm talking more like about our health. That's what I mean by good things. Good health. Good health. Good health can come by being obedient to the Most High. Good health. So those type of things, they come when we are obedient. Because when we're obedient, then we're able to eat the right way. Then we're able to obey Genesis chapter 1:29. Because Genesis 1:29 is a commandment. Genesis 1:29 is a commandment. We're commanded to eat certain way, natural food. And in turn, that will result to good health. So if we obey Genesis 1:29, then we're going to avoid man-made food, man-made drinks. We are going to make sure that most of what we eat are natural things. And then by doing so, we're able to have good health. You see, we're able to benefit good health. But in order for this to happen, we have to be obedient to Genesis 1:29. The same applies to a lot of things. That's why the Most High says, if you keep my commandment, I will bless you. It's not just physical things, but spiritual. Peace of mind. Peace of mind. Peace at home. These are the things we lack today. You know, a lot of confusion, a lot of problems with family members and stuff like that. A lot of problems with our health. Now look at Joshua chapter 1. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that you may observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded you. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that you might prosper whatsoever you go. So we are to stick to the law, no matter how difficult it might be, because of the way we live in the world and the system that we live in and the system that we were born into, the system that we saw when we came into this world. This system makes it more difficult for us to keep the law because the people in this system do not keep the law. If a holiday is coming, your company or your business or whatever, wherever you work, they might not observe that holiday. They might require you and expect you to come to work on that day. These are things that makes keeping the law difficult for us. So that's why when we start keeping the law, we also begin to readjust so that we can be at a better position. We can be in a situation where we can keep the law. Sometimes we make the mistake when we begin to keep the law, we don't make changes. We expect things to continue the way they've been, and that is not always possible. You know, this is why some people struggle with keeping the law, because we're not able to make the changes that we're supposed to make in order to be able to keep the law. So in order for keeping of the law to become easy for us, we should always try to readjust things. Same thing with our health, exactly the same thing. If I'm eating man-made food, altered food, food with all kinds of chemicals, drinking things I shouldn't, drinking man-made drinks, and I'm doing all this before I begin to keep the law. But then I begin to keep the law, and then I continue to eat the same way. There's no way I'm going to have good health. It's not possible. I will never have good health. So I have to repent on the way I eat. So we have to look at our lives, you know, try to tweak things, try to change things, try to make adjustments. Then keeping of the law becomes easy. And then when we keep the law, like as I said, there are health benefits. We're going to be more healthier. We'll have more peace of mind. We'll have more understanding. And possibly we'll have much more peace at home with our family members, because then we'll be able to do the right thing. You know, with all the chemicals not coming into my body, with those chemicals not coming into my body, my mind will be more clear. My body is not clogged up with chemicals affecting the way I think, affecting my mood. No, I can think more clearly. You know, so even though my family may not keep the law, but me, who is keeping the law, will be able to handle that relationship in a way that we will not be having problems all the time. These are the things that comes from keeping the law. So let us not give up, no matter how difficult it is. No matter how difficult, let us not give up. That's why I put up my phone number, telling people to call me. You know, you're welcome to give me a call. Speaking of a call, when you call me, we discuss. You know, um, I may have some ideas. I may have some information that will help you and make it easier for you to be able to keep the law. You know, that's my goal. Speaking of calling, my phone number, I just realized that Google has blocked my phone system. So I'm not able to get a call. So if you call me, you probably will not get me because they designed that phone system that you can only use it in America. That Google Voice system that I use, the phone system I use, where I use an American number in West Africa, that system is only designed for if you're in America. So, but I'm here in West Africa. I'm over here in West Africa, and um, I realized yesterday I got a phone call from a brother. A brother called me because he wanted to join into the congregation. So as soon as I answered his phone call, Google blocked my number because I'm here. So I guess the system detected that I'm here in West Africa. My number was blocked. So, um, yeah, you can still reach me on WhatsApp, but calling me on my 505 number, that's not going to work right now until I'm able to figure it out. I don't know. I'm trying to. I've already sent them a message, but I have not heard from them yet. So the worst thing that could happen now is that I'm not going to be able to use that number again. 505 number. It's an American number. I got that number before I came back from America. I used to be in America. I used to live in America for about 20 years. I lived in America. So I got that phone number to make it easier for those who are in America to be able to contact me. Well, yesterday they blocked the number. Um, but you can still reach me on WhatsApp, and I do have a local number here, but it's just that it's going to be difficult, more expensive for people to call. It's more expensive to call. It's more complicated to try to call that number. But if you call me on my local number, which is also on my information, if you call me on that number, you will get me. So, but I will figure out the phone thing. I'm going to figure it out. Right now, I can still be reached on Telegram. You can reach me on WhatsApp. You can reach me on WhatsApp. So yeah, Zulin, I'm going to slowly get another number for America. I'm going to get another phone number that people can reach me with. So and then so because what I do is that sometimes there's a brother who wants to keep the law, but he has no support. He has nobody in his area where he lives. He has nobody in his family that can encourage him to keep the law or that he can talk to. That's the type of people that call me sometimes. Or there's a sister who wants to keep the law but doesn't have anybody in their area to worship with, doesn't have anybody that will understand them, that can talk to. That's what that phone number is for. And that's what I'm encouraging you to reach out to me. Reach out to me. I don't only answer questions. I can answer your question biblically. We can look at the scripture. I don't only do that, but I also listen. I listen. I know that sometimes people just want to talk. They just want to talk. So sometimes I just listen while the person will talk, because they need someone to talk to. That's the type of stuff that I do. I'll listen and just, try to help as much as I can. Because I myself, when I started keeping the law, I have nobody around me that kept the law. I have nobody around me. I was worshiping alone. I can't pick up the phone. I cannot pick up the phone and call my mother and discuss the law, or call my brothers or my sisters because they don't understand. They don't understand. I mean, if I call, they will listen, but they have no idea what I'm talking about, and they have no interest in what I'm talking about. You know, so it's always good to communicate with brothers and sisters. I've tried to create groups where we can talk to each other. You know, um, for just to have someone to talk to, because it can be very lonely when the Most High opens your eyes. You're almost like a child that came into the world, like a brand new baby, but you came into a strange world. This is really what it means to be born again. What we are doing, what we are doing is what it means to be born again. I never knew what born again is until I started keeping the law. Born again. Oh my goodness. We are the true born agains. We are the true born agains. Never understood what born again is. Never, never understood until I began to keep the law because I've become born again in the way I dress. I don't dress the way I used to dress before. Oh my goodness. You will never see me with like t-shirt, and stuff like that. Like I don't dress the way I used to dress, you know. So I don't eat the way I used to eat. I don't eat the way I used to eat. I don't dress the way I used to dress. I don't worship the way I used to worship. Everything about my life has changed. Like most things about my life have changed. At least about 80% of my life has changed. About 80%, I'm telling you. There is some things that I'm doing that I probably need to change. You know, there are some things I'm doing I probably need to change. I'm pretty sure there are some things I'm doing that I need to change, and I would like to change. Some, some one Psalm 19 verse 7. Psalm 19 verse 7. This is my hope here. Let me show you what I'm counting on. What I have to work on. I can't just wait for this to happen to my life. I have to do something about this. The law of Yah is perfect, converting the soul. The law of Yah is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yah is sure, making the wise simple. The law of Yah is perfect, converting the soul. So there's definitely some negative things that I'm still doing, like as in maybe my behavior, you know, definitely being. I need to be more. Um, I need to be more slow to anger. I need to be more. I need to be more able to take insult. I need to be able more to tolerate. I need to be able to like be slow when it comes to responding um, to people or responding to like I don't want to be lashing out. I need to be more patient. People say I'm patient. I'm patient. People tell me that I'm patient. I think I need to be more patient. You know, doesn't mean I should be stupid or foolish or like as in like not being able to just tolerate everything. You should never tolerate everything. You should never tolerate everything, but we should be tolerant. So I think I want to be more like I want to have absolute control of my anger, absolute control of my behavior. Um, I think I'm trying, but I would like to be much, much better in terms of how I respond to things. Like about 3 days, 2 days ago, there was a woman that she just humiliated me in front of people. Um, she humiliated me in front of people. Um, it was something that happened, and I could have lashed out because the insult was not necessary. It was it, it was something that they were supposed to look into something for me. They were supposed to look into something, and they looked into it, and then it didn't work out. Um, it didn't work out or whatever. So when I came, um, I guess I came at the wrong time. They were in a bad mood, and she just lashed out at me. She's like, don't come again, don't come again, stop coming, don't come again." And the person that or the people that she was with was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, slow down," because they realized the way she was talking to me. She just lashed out, and the people that was over there with her was like, "Oh, just slow, it's okay, we'll slow down." Whoa, whoa. And I feel a little bit humiliated. Like, I mean, if it doesn't work out, just tell me that our discussion did not work out. You don't have to lash out at me. And I could have lashed out at her, you know. Um, but I was like, okay, no problem. And then I just walked away. And then somebody told me, oh, she's having a bad day. They arrested her son-in-law. Her son-in-law is in jail, and she's going crazy. Like she's not in a good mood. That's why she did that to you. That's why she lashed out to you, because she's in a bad mood. Oh my goodness. Me myself, I could have lashed out. I could have lashed out, but it was so painful. Like it was like she punched me in my gut when she did that. So that happens sometimes. About maybe 2 3 months ago, somebody did the same thing again. You know, so and I could have lashed out also. So like I would say that in my life right now, I have truly repented when it comes to the way I worship. I've repented when it comes to the way I eat. Maybe I need to do a little bit more good job in terms of how I eat. I used to like I have gallons that I used to go get natural water that I drink. You know, so in terms of my wardrobe, I have changed the way I dress. So I'm just like looking at my life to see what else do I need to change. Like what am I like? I used to like some of you may know. I used to say this. I used to be a womanizer. I used to be a womanizer. I used to like you know like I used to chase women a lot, a lot. I'm telling you, like I didn't even like I I I I didn't have a girlfriend. Like why would I want to like a one particular girlfriend? So I I used to be a womanizer. If I see a woman I like, I will approach her. I will like lie to her and give her all this impression that I like her. And I didn't really like her. I just like her body. That's really what I cared about. I just like women's body. And in order to get to her body, I have to lie to her, deceive her into thinking that I like her and stuff like that. And then she lets her guard down. And then if I happen to get what I want, I'll just abandon her. And I've had situations where women cry. They cry. I had this woman that just cried over the phone, because I gave them the impression that I cared. I didn't care. I just wanted their body. That's a horrible way to live, because as I do these things, I'm destroying my life. You know, I mean, it's not gonna take long before I get sexually transmitted disease. I mean, it's not gonna be long. That's a horrible way to live. And then you're gonna keep doing this. If I keep doing that, eventually I'm gonna end up with somebody, end up seducing a woman that has a crazy boyfriend, a crazy husband, you know, as they do in the world. Um, and if you happen to fall into the hands of someone, or who is crazy herself, maybe she's crazy herself. When I say crazy, I mean that, you know, she, she's not gonna like, she's not gonna like let you come and take advantage of her and walk away, you know. So the women that I dealt with, they were kind to allow me to, you know, use them and dump them. They were kind. It's not every woman that you get to do that to. It's not every woman that you get to, you know, try to give her the impression that you like her, and she opens up her heart and you come into her life and, you know, have sex with her and abandon her. Most women will cry and move on. Some women will hunt you. They will hunt you down and they will, you know. So, and that was my life. So that's not the way to live. That's a horrible way to live, because eventually you're going to get into trouble in one way or the other. In one way or the other. So I'm so grateful to the Most High that it's the law. It's keeping of the law. As you see in Psalm 19, verse 7. It's keeping of the law that converted, that made me to come, my life to be converted. I've been for years without having sex with a woman. I'm telling you 100% truth. Years now. For years. The last woman that I was with was actually the woman that I wanted to marry. And she said she was a virgin. I don't know. I mean, I think I've told you guys the story of how I dealt with her and I went to pay her bride price and stuff. So that was years ago. And when it comes to sexual sin, when it comes to sexual sin, I can tell you that I've repented. I mean, being a single guy, I'm not I'm not handsome. Like I'm not a handsome guy, but I'm not disabled either. I mean, being a single guy and being a single guy and having to stay for years without sex in this world that we live in right now that is upside down, where all you have to do is to convince someone to be your girlfriend, and all of a sudden you have access to their body. Being able to live in this world without, like, deliberately not committing sexual sin, that's not easy. But that's possible right now because of the law. Because the law is the only reason why I'm doing this. If not for keeping of the law, I would. I don't think a month will go by without me sleeping with a strange woman. I don't think a month will go by because when I was doing it, sometimes I sleep with 5 women in a week. Sometimes 5 women in a week, or even more. Sometimes two in a night. Two different type of women at two different times. I will deal with this person, then I'll go deal with someone else. You know. So um, yeah, it was that's it. When you're doing it, you don't realize that that's not the right way to live. You never when you're actually practicing these things, you don't know that it's bad. So now that I'm no longer there, looking back, that's terrible. I think I like my life now. The only thing is that loneliness sometimes, not just loneliness. Sometimes I'm, like this morning. I came back like this morning. I bought some corn yesterday, and then I ate the corn. I was so tired from yesterday. I was so exhausted because I woke up the day before. I woke up around 1 in the morning or something, and I was awake doing stuff and just like so. I didn't sleep well last night, the other night. So going out yesterday was, some car issue, whatever. Like, I was so exhausted. I came back and bought some corn and ate the corn and just slept. After eating the corn, I fell asleep, and there was a mess everywhere, on the table, on the floor. I woke up this morning, there was just corn mess everywhere. I had to get up and clean the table and clean out the room and sweep the room, and these are stuff that somebody could have been helping me with. So sometimes I do need help. Sometimes I do, you know, having a relationship, it's not just all about sex. Sometimes I I want to do something, but what I want to do require three hands. Three hands. Like, have you ever wanted to do something and you need someone to hold it for you, right? Sometimes you want to carry something or you want to do something and you can't do it alone. You have to have someone be there. Like when I was fixing the car. By the way, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a video because I've been recording my, the parts and the work that was done in the car. I recorded those things on video. I need to put a video together and show how the car was fixed. So sometimes, because I like to stay with the mechanics, when the mechanics are working on the car, I like to watch them, stay there and watch them. But sometimes I have to go somewhere else. I have to go buy a part or something. I have to leave the car, go somewhere else. And then I will wish, oh my goodness, I wish I came here with somebody. It would have been nice if I came with somebody. Then the person can stay with me and watch, and be watch for me, and keep an eye on these mechanics. I don't want to leave them alone. It happened. It happened 2 days ago. Oh my goodness! I wanted to go somewhere, but the car. I didn't want to leave the car alone, with the mechanics alone. I didn't want to leave the things in the car because I have some stuff in the car. I have like, like gadgets or whatever. Like I have this gas cooker that I bought and just like stuff in the car that I can't carry with me. So in that case, I supposed to leave the key with the mechanics, but I don't trust them. Like you can't trust anybody. So in that case, I needed to, if I have a wife or a child, then I'll tell my child, okay, watch the mechanics. Okay, keep your eyes, watch. I'll be right back. Or if I had a wife, I would say, watch, just keep an eye on them. I'll be right back because I needed to go somewhere. So but that's the type of things that happen to me now. Um, so I realized that wow, it's good to have a companion, um, even if it's a child, even if it's your child. If it's my son or my daughter, then I can tell them, stay here, keep your eyes, watch. I'll be right back. Watch them. Don't let them take anything. See, then I can go do what I need to do. So this is like the problem I have now. That's the problem I have now sometimes. That having that companion, you know, it's difficult sometimes. Um, I have a brother who had the same problem. He told me if I can help him to find someone or whatever who is a lawkeeper. That was why I did that video I did. If you remember, I did that video. There was a video I did um, about um, you know someone that needs a companion or whatever. I did a video, and that video I did was because of that brother. It was because of the brother that I did that video, and finally he found a companion. um, but such a weird story because this brother, he is in Imo State, a place called Imo State, and he is an older brother. He's probably in his 60s. Um, he told me that he's looking for a companion, and he's lonely, and his wife left with the children, and all the stuff. So I made a video. That video I made a couple of months ago about a companion. But then he told me that he found someone. She's 40 something years old and she's still a virgin. She says she's still a virgin. She's like around 40 years old. And she's not a lawkeeper. And she's a virgin in the year 2025. You see somebody more than 30 years old who is still a virgin. I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure if we come into your country, there's probably about maybe 10 or 15 people who are like that. I would say 10 or 15 people. It's probably going to be less. I mean, like who is a 40 years old that is still a virgin? Like what happened? I think if they're disabled or something, if they are blind, right? Or if they are crippled, That could be possible. But I don't think that this guy's woman is a virgin. Like that's what he said, because that's what she told him. She told him that she's a virgin, and I'm really concerned. And I'm like, you're going too fast. Just slow down with this woman, because you might end up regretting it. She's not a law keeper. She's not a law keeper. She's not a law keeper. Do you understand what that means? You're gonna have problems in the future. What do I mean by problems? You're gonna live in a house with someone that will be still be eating shrimp. You're gonna live in a house with somebody who will be hiding while they're using Maggi cube to cook, using chemicals to cook. They will hide it, and they will feed those things to you. And then the brother was like, he told me, he said, well, I'm lonely, and ever since this woman started coming to me, my life has changed. People say that I look much happier now. So in other words, he was telling me that, yeah, this woman might not be a law keeper. She may not be a law keeper, but she makes me happy. She comes over and we have conversations and stuff. And I feel much better now that I'm talking to her, because I've been lonely. And I was like, but you need to make sure that she's going to keep the law, because she says stuff about keeping the law. And, she's not a law keeper. Like, why would you want to deal with a person who is not a law keeper? This is really why I'm still by myself. And I understand what he was saying. I understand I understand, like, the loneliness part. I understand. I get it. I understand. You know, I know. I understand that you don't want to be lonely. Yeah, okay. But think about the future. Think about your future. This person that makes you happy now, you are not living in the same house. She visits you. You are a law keeper. She comes to you. You chat, you laugh, and you want to marry her. He said that he's gone over to he told her to collect the list from her family, like marriage stuff. That's how we do it over here in West Africa. He's already talking about marriage. He told her to collect some um, some list of what he has to do to marry her. You want to marry this woman who is not a lawkeeper because you are lonely. She's not a lawkeeper. And then he told me, he was like he said, yeah, you're right, because the other day we went somewhere. We were supposed to go somewhere, and she was wearing a trouser, and that was very strange and awkward because she was wearing trouser. This brother doesn't realize what he's getting into. Why would you want to deal with somebody who is not a lawkeeper? I'm not saying you should find a lawkeeper, like at least somebody who is willing to obey ya. This is going to be a disaster. You are lonely? Yes. You need a companion? Yes. I understand. But remember that once she moves in with you, once you marry her, everything will change. Once you marry her, everything will change. Your relationship will never be the same because now you live in the same house. and you are only going to live in the same house with someone you can tolerate. And I don't know how you're going to tolerate somebody who is not a law keeper, who is going to be doing all this stuff. Like, she's eventually going to go back to eating crayfish. I know that. She's eventually going to go back to wearing her trousers, and you can do nothing about that. So, um, like, I know that there's few of us who are lonely. There are few of us who don't have wife. We don't have a wife. We don't have a so-called girlfriend. We don't have anybody. We just operate by ourselves. There are few of us who are like that. But I would rather remain that way than to live with someone who doesn't obey the Most High. Someone who will start keeping the law just to please me. And then once we move in, any day that I piss her off, any day that I make her angry, guess what? She will reverse back to her old ways, the way she used to live. No, that's not a good idea. I'm not saying you should go and find an angel and marry somebody who is perfect, because nobody is perfect, including us, including me. That's why I love Psalm 90, Psalm 19, verse 7. That's like, as I said, I still have some repentance to do. I've repented on the way I eat, the way I dress. I've repented in chasing women. I used to chase women a lot. I've repented on those things. I've repented on those things, right? I mean, like right now, I have opportunity to like chase women, but I choose not to. Um, I've repented on those things, but I am not. I still like. I would say that right now I'm like 80% like perfect. Perfect. I'm 80% perfect right now. I still have 20% of negativity, flawed. That's just the truth. I can't say that I'm 100% perfect right now, you know. And my goal is to keep improving. Before I leave this world, I want to be 100% perfect, you know. Like I'm pretty I know that there are bad things that I'm still doing, like things that may make the Most High angry. I know there are some things like like I was leaving the other day, and I put on a baseball hat, what they call baseball hat in America. We call it facing cap here. About 3 4 days ago, about 3 4 days ago, I put on a baseball hat or facing cap. I started feeling guilty while I put that hat on. I was feeling guilty because I was like, this hat you're wearing right now, you know that this is like a Gentile invention. That's not like a, that's like a Gentile style of clothing. And I was feeling guilty. I left the house with that hat. I was wearing it, but I was thinking about it. Is this right? Like, why are you wearing this hat? I was just thinking that, like, I was just thinking, like, I mean, I'm wearing something that's like a robe that goes below my knee. Like, if you see me, if you see me on the street, you will definitely notice that this person is a little bit different. People notice when I go on the street. Somebody told me, "Oh, you dress like Jesus Christ." So people see me. They can tell, like when they see those fringes and they see my clothes. But I'm wearing that facing cap. Um, I was feeling a little bit guilty. So those type of things, like those type of things, I know I'm probably doing wrong by doing stuff like that. Um, but like the major things, like the bigger things, Like I take a shower. I take a shower a lot. Like I take shower much more than I wanted to because of the law. Even this morning, I woke up this morning, I used some flashlight, I used some light to check my underwear. Even when I came back yesterday, I came back and I, after coming into my room, I used some light to check my underwear, uh, just to make sure that I didn't become unclean. Because when I go out, sometimes all these women walking around half naked, because I'm still a man. I'm still a man. I'm not. I'm not homosexual. Even though I don't have a wife, but I still have an eye. I can still see, and I can still feel. So, um, so when I came back, I checked myself just to make sure. Why do I do that? Well, I want to know if I'm unclean, so in that way that I can wash the clothes can be washed. So I checked myself when I came back last night, and um, then when I woke up this morning, I wanted to pray. I used the light to check myself again because I could have become unclean between last night and this morning. I used the light and I, checked my clothes to make sure that I didn't become unclean before I got on my knees and began to pray. So each time I urinate, there's a possibility I may end up becoming unclean. So those are things that, if you're around me, you might think that I'm paranoid. And sometimes I think I'm paranoid. Yesterday, I wanted to go out and I could have just put on my clothes and go. But then I checked my clothes. It seemed like I saw something. I was like, let me just take a shower. I took a shower. So on that side, I'm trying to, you know, I've repented on that side, and sometimes I act like I'm paranoid because I don't want to disobey. Yeah. Um, I know that if I don't be diligent on these type of laws, on keeping his laws, how is he going to listen to me? And right now, I do have needs. I do have a situation where I would like the Most High to help me. Like in terms of trying to do things that I don't know, like trying to. There are certain things you want to do. You don't know which way to go, right? Like you don't know, as a human being, you don't know what should I do, how should I do it, because sometimes you do things and then you end up making a mistake, and then it ends up becoming a problem because you made a mistake. So, um, so that's when I really need the Most High. Whenever I want to do something and I'm not sure which way to go, that's when you want the Most High to direct your path. Or you end up doing what you're not supposed to do. You end up making the wrong choice. So anyway, um, but I know I cannot pray to the Most High while I'm not keeping His commandment. He's not going to listen to me. He will not listen to me when I'm not keeping His commandment. He's not going to listen to me. So it bothers me. That's one of the reasons why I keep the law. I keep the law so that I can have a relationship with the Most High. Proverbs 28 verse 9. Proverbs 28 verse 9. I know if I don't keep his commandment, he's not going to listen to me. Proverbs 28 verse 9. Proverbs 28, verse 9. He that turneth his ear from hearing the law, even their prayer will be an abomination. He that turned his ear from hearing the law, even their prayer will be an abomination. So, anyways, all praises to the Most High. Um, I say all this to for encouragement, to encourage us, encourage myself, encourage my brothers and sisters. Let's keep on moving forward in Yah, no matter the situation. Like as I said, we're told to be perfect. Um, Matthew chapter 5:48. Be ye perfect, for your Father in heaven is perfect. Be ye perfect. Um, if I say I'm 100% perfect, I'll be lying. I think I'm about 80% perfect right now. But it's my goal to be 100% perfect. Be ye holy, for I am holy. Leviticus chapter 20. Leviticus chapter 20. Be ye holy, for I am holy. Verse 7. Sanctify yourself, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am holy. Leviticus 27. And also verse 26. Leviticus 20:26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, Yah, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that you should be mine. All praises to our Heavenly Father. I give the Most High all the glory and all the honor. I see Brother Mark. Peace to you, my brother. I see you're watching. Brother Mark, Sister Lola, Brother Gerald. Peace to you, my brother. Gerald, Taglock, Sister Bola, and Brother Mark. May your peace and protection be upon you guys. Have a peaceful rest of your day. I'm really, I think I like this law of the day. I like the time that I spent. Usually I come and go, but I think I may have to I think I may have to start doing it this way, I may have to start doing the law of the day this way. Yeah. Just to extend it and spend more time. So, because we don't have a lot of platforms where we, get to just focus and talk about the law. We don't have a lot of platforms for law keepers, we have a lot of platforms for religious people. We have a lot of platforms for religious people and church and stuff like that, but not for people that love keeping the law. So, anyways, all praises to the Most High. I give our Heavenly Father all the glory and all the honor. May your peace and protection be upon you, my brothers and sisters. Have a peaceful rest of your day. I pray that Yah will protect you and guide you wherever you are. May His peace and His Spirit be with you and protect you and guide you. I will try to. Tomorrow is the Sabbath day, so I don't think I will do this tomorrow. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe if I woke up on time, I will come on again tomorrow. But tomorrow we're gonna have our meeting on Telegram. Tomorrow, like as I said, my phone number is not working. Google has blocked my number. You can still call me on WhatsApp. My number is still working on WhatsApp. You can reach me on WhatsApp. You can also reach me on my local number. So I need to figure out another phone number, another American phone number, just to make it easy for those who are in America and Canada to be able to reach me. All right, may your peace and protection be upon you, my brothers and sisters. Have a peaceful rest of your day. May Yah willing, I will talk to you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. All praises to our Heavenly Father. And also, feel free to reach me, please. If you'd like us to talk, you can always give me a call on WhatsApp or send me a message. I'll find a way to call you or something until I figure out my phone number thing. I do have another phone number though. I have another American phone number, but that one I did not publicize that one. So if you contact me, then I'll call you. I think I'm gonna try to do it that way, just to make it easy for those that wanna call me. Like yesterday, brother Mark called yesterday, and after that call, Google blocked my number. So I do have another American phone number. So I need to figure out the phone number thing just to keep make it easy for people to contact me. All right, my brothers and sisters, may your peace and protection be upon you. Have a peaceful evening, peaceful morning, day, depending on where you are. We over here in West Africa, it's morning right now. It's about 6:45 a.m. right now. All right, may your peace be with you. Have a peaceful rest of your day, your evening, your morning, depending on where you are. And Yah's willing, I'll talk to you later.